secret. I'm not really here. No, I'm not. I'm in Telford right now, yeah. Well, unless you're watching it Sunday, in which case I'm not in Telford. But if you're watching it Saturday, doesn't mean we can't have a table talk though, does it? Welcome to Table Talk. So, yes, hello, welcome to Model Kit Stuff. My name is Jason, and if you're one of my new subscribers, a massive welcome to you. And if you're one of my long-standing subscribers, hello again, nice to see you. Welcome to Model Kit Stuff and Table Talk. What is Table Talk, you might be asking? Well, Table Talk is a video that I put out every Saturday, which we just cover off what happened in the week, what's coming up, what's happening on the model bench. It's just a checkpoint with what's going on, and sometimes we talk about other stuff, what's going on in life and health and the family and the garden and my walk and all sorts of stuff. So you never know what's going to be in there, because quite often I don't really know what's going to be in there either. Anyway, yes, I'm in Telford right now. So this comes out at 8 AM UK time on a Saturday. And I will probably be on the back end of the motorway heading towards Telford as this comes out. So I'm aiming to get into Telford for about somewhere between 8:30, 8:45. Doors open at 9 o'clock. I want to get parked, have a wander down, and I've got to record my opening scenes because we're going to be filming at Telford. So I've got to record the welcome bit, and then I've got to tell everyone what my budget is that you guys, the subscribers, have set me for the show. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is on here because there is a small off chance I might get something else during Friday night, and then that will change it. And I'm recording this Friday morning. So, yeah, it would be wrong of me to say that and then go, oh, actually, I spent this. Or someone say, you said it was this, and then on your show you said it was that. So, yeah, won't be divulging that just yet. So, yeah, Telford, me and my lovely daughter Daisy are going to be there. I'm going to look pretty much like this. So I'll be easy to spot, but it's too late if you're watching this, unless you're going for the afternoon or something, in which case, see you at the Airfix stand at 2 o'clock. Yeah, so I'm going to be filming it. I've got some shopping bits to do. I'm always on the lookout for model kits, something unusual, something I don't see on the internet shopping, something that speaks to me. Could be a ship, could be a spaceship, could be a car. Who knows? It could be absolutely anything. But I will be buying one kit within the budget that's been set me. And then if there's something else that I really can't leave the show without, I'll probably get that as well. And I've also got some consumables I want to buy and what have you. And some stores I want to talk to, and you never know, they might talk me into buying something. Who knows? So I don't know what I'm going to come away with, but we'll be talking about that next week. Right, so it feels like things are coming to an end right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's start with what happened last week, and that will then feed into all these things that are coming to an end. But it's been a bit of a sad week, really. So we kicked off Monday with just my thoughts on best ways of storing thinners. Because when you buy them in bulk, those bottles don't lend themselves to actually being used for. So you want a dropper bottle so you can do a controlled measured amount. And I guess most of us, one way or another, during our journey as modelers, discover that we need to do something better than buying it in bulk, and at the same time we want to buy in bulk to save money. But for those people starting out in the hobby, it's just a little bit of advice. And a number of you said, yeah, I do that with some of my thinners, but I've not got around to doing it with all. And others have said, actually, yeah, good idea, should think about it. And it is, because you can have 2 or 3 thinners on your desk and you won't notice it in those small bottles, and they cost nothing. They absolutely cost nothing. You're buying them in packs of 10 or 100 or whatever. I think I got something like 30 of them or something like that, and thought, right, just for thinners. But you can use them for mixing paints and all sorts, so they're handy to have in, to be honest. Every now and then, when an idea pops into my head, when I think about something, or when I'm doing a build and I go, right, actually, I've never talked about that, let's do a little video, then that's what I do. And I just had one of those moments, but I actually recorded that one a little while ago, so it's one of my bankers. So if I've got something good to go in the Monday slot, that gets moved out, and then it eventually goes in when I've got a gap, or I need something. It's going to help me with my schedule or whatever. Wednesday, right, now this is a more important video because it's the first impressions video, and I asked a question in there. So this was the Amati wooden ship with a plastic hull, so like a hybrid kit. And I've not checked to see if Amati have put it on their Facebook page, but I assume that they will do. They certainly did with the gripper tool review. And the question I sort of said was, are you interested to see me build this? And, well, it's a resounding yes. Pretty much everyone who's made a comment has said, yeah, I'd like to see it. So that's what we're going to do. Now, obviously, we won't be starting it this Saturday, today, but it'll usually be in my Saturday morning slot where I get a couple of hours modelling time. And the reason is, as we said, I'm in Telford. But following on from that, we will now start working on that. And my plan will be, every time I've finished a build step in the manual, I'll put the video out. So I think what we'll do is we'll put the video out one step at a time. Then it's easy to follow because it's sort of like an entry-level kit in many ways. That will help with the feel of it. So if you get the kit, you can then watch a video and know that that video is just dealing with step 1. So it means the videos will be different lengths. You might have some really short ones, and you might have some really long ones, but you might have stuff in each one of those videos that's not really covered off in the instructions. So there might be some tips around sanding the hull that I come up with, for example, or on prepping the hull, or on cleaning the hull, that aren't in the instructions. So what I will do is I will take an experienced eye and apply it to an entry-level kit and do the format sort of like, not necessarily for beginners to modelling, but for people who've not done woodworking before. So I'll try and explain why I'm doing things the way I'm doing it. And that way you can then either go, all right, okay, I understand, and follow me, or go, all right, I understand, but I prefer to do it a different way. You can do what you want with it. But I think I quite often get comments that I explain things quite well. So I think that's the way to go with that. It feels like the right thing to do, because if I did it like, we're going to weather it, actually I don't think it's a model that lends itself to weathering, if that makes sense. It's a museum style model, and it's not sort of rivet counter accurate. It's just, it looks really nice when it's done. It's that type of model. So yeah, I think that's the plan. How long it's going to take, I don't know. I will update you each week in here as to how we've got on. So it's likely to start next Saturday, and so that would be shaping the rudder in step 1, and prepping the hull and that sort of stuff. So that's what we'll do in the first video. So yes, we are going to build it. That was a long-winded, yeah, we're going to build it, wasn't it? So yeah, so that is now coming. It's in the midst. It means I'm parking Fly, but I've been struggling to get to it for various reasons, including the GMC truck, which we'll talk about in a minute. So that was Wednesday. Thursday was the GMC truck, which, if you haven't seen the video, we have finished. Again, we did this in the museum stand. Everything you see here was in the kit box. There's no additions whatsoever. Painted in live colours. Live colours, if you've not tried them, they're like Tamiya colours, but you can brush paint with them as well without messing around with different thinners and standing on your head and closing one eye while you stir it, and all these tricks there is for using Tamiya paints. Sorry, I just want a paint that works, thanks. So live colours is very much like that. They go down like Tamiya, they feel like Tamiya, but you can paint them unlike Tamiya. So if you've not tried live colours, I would recommend them. They're my preferred acrylic for ships, actually. Definitely my preferred acrylic for ships, and they have nice ship orientated sets. So yeah, definitely worth looking at. So that's our first build that we finished. So as far as you guys are concerned, it was finished on Thursday when you saw the video, although I actually completed it, I think, Monday morning. So yeah, and I'll leave you, watch the video and explain what I thought of the kit and how well it went together and that sort of stuff. But we did that for Jim, and no doubt Jim will be pleased with that. So yeah, yeah, good. A number of people commented on the barrel and said that it should really be the same green. I suspected that was the case. You know, it's Hobby Boss paint instructions. I expect them to be wrong, but I hadn't done any research around it. It was just build it from the box. And that's what we ended up with. So yeah, quite happy with it. We'll shove it upstairs somewhere and find some space in the display. So yeah, that was the first thing that we finished. Yeah, that was what we did. Now, the other thing we did at the weekend was we did Queen Mary 2, and we got quite a lot of photo etch on the back end. I've not got her on the desk because she's getting more and more delicate, and I want to move her as little as possible. But what I'll do is I'll take a photograph and we'll put it in now. And you should see that what we've done is we've got railings around, all the main railings around the back ends of the deck and around the stern there. That has a little sort of like tarpaulin-y type thing to stop dropping stuff through the railings that then land in the propellers. So yeah, you've got all that there. And we're starting to populate the pools, but that's really difficult because 2 people have sent me photographs of the instructions on both of them. They're not really close enough, and the numbers are a bit fuzzy, so trying to work them out. So I've got 2 sets of photo etch as a reminder: the gold medal models and the Pontos stuff that comes with the Revell Technics kit. And I preferred the gold medal models stuff to use, to be honest, but they lack some of the detail for the pool, so I'm using the Pontos stuff for that. So really you need both, is my conclusion. You can get away with what you get in the kit. The Pontos stuff is fine, but the gold medal models railings I'm finding are fitting better and give you some better options. They've got all the life ring points in, for example. So yeah, I just find them a little bit better. So yeah, so we are steaming ahead with that, and I expect that we should be able to get that finished in time, which is my time is try and get that finished for the end of this month. That's my plan. So finished is not going to be finished. Does that sound weird? Yeah, just to be, and I said it. what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ship built with all the railings and things in place. Then I'm going to show you how to make the deck chairs and tables and put some of them on. I'm probably not going to show you all of it. And then I'm going to say, there you go. You've seen everything that you need to do to build the model. We've got some decals and bits and pieces to put on as well. But the actual main construction of the ship is almost done, and then we're on Falderal, and I'll do more of that during December, the photo etch bending and stuff, show you how to make jigs and things, and then you'll have a final video with it coming out. And I'm only building one half of it, of course. So in my spare time, I will finish the Queen Mary 2 so it can go on display in the house. But we will get the videos done so that sort of New Year-ish will be coming to an end of that from your point of view in the videos, because we launch the Scharnhorst build on the 26th of December, which means I need to start filming beforehand and get going on that. It's going to be the same process every other week, focused on Scharnhorst, and we'll be focusing on the stand first, because the two go together, and then the deck, and then we build from there. And that's when I suspect that Nigel and I will divert a little bit in the way we do it, because Nigel has been talking about making sub-assemblies, whereas I don't like to have sub-assemblies around, partly because I've got a confined space within the kitchen here, and so I've got the risk of damage, but also I like to break up my build. I find that helps my head. We're all different, so we all do it differently, but I don't want to sit down and make 20 anti-aircraft guns all at once. I'd rather bang my head on a brick wall than do that. So I prefer to make a couple up and then install them, and then and do it that way and break it up a little bit. And I build, as Nigel said, from the centre of a ship up and out. And the reason I do that is so I'm not reaching over things and risking breaking things. You're moving slowly out. Not all ships lend themselves to that. I mean, if you're doing certain Second World War British capital ships, that's a bit difficult because all the superstructures at the back end. But essentially, that's what I do. So actually, the build sequence in the instructions isn't far off how I want to build it, but we'll talk all about that. I'm in danger of digressing. So yeah, Scharnhorst, you know what's happening with that. So also this weekend, I did a little bit more on the Beaufighter. So we got some more little bits and pieces on there, and you can see we have done the sponge masking, and I'm in the process of doing the tape masking, making my masks for that. So we did quite a bit of filming about fitting that. There was one or two things we had to consider. Little bit of filling just at the bottom of the wing roots there, but it's gone together lovely. Really has gone together lovely. So yeah, so we've done a little bit more of that. And I started my Christmas build. Now, Christmas build is going to be a bit different this year, because the Christmas build last year was focused on using enamels, because that was the sort of the topic at the time, using enamel paints, and I wanted to demonstrate how to use enamel paint. So we built a little starter kit, Spitfire starter kit with enamels, as I recall. The year before that, some of you will remember I did a first impressions on a Hornby Christmas Loco, Santa's Express I think it's called, which I'd bought to go around the bottom of our Christmas tree. Well, and we've used it every year since, so I can't remember if we've had it 2 or 3 years, but what we do is we put the Christmas tree up, and then the track gets built up and put on sponge around the bottom, so it's nice and quiet. But because it's on floor level, as the living room door opens and closes, hair, dust, muck, all sorts of stuff, leaves from the hall get blown across the track. So I've had to clean the track a couple of times. It's caused me trouble with stuff getting stuck in the loco. So this year I've ordered a stand for it. So it's basically a proper railway base. Should be flat packable, so I can put it away after the Christmas season. It's not arrived yet, and I ordered it nearly 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to need to check where that is. But it's basically some plywood that you put together. And the plan is, and I bought a little bit of extra track, a set of points, and we're going to extend it a little bit. And the plan is every year we'll add to it and build up this sort of Christmas scene around the bottom of the Christmas tree. So my Christmas build this year is focused on some of the buildings that we're gonna first put on. Now, I bought from eBay for 10 quid, I got 4 items. This was the item I was after. This is the engine shed, which will be at the end of my track. And this is a little bit of nostalgia for me, and many of you probably remember this. This is an old Airfix kit, and it came in a plastic bag with a cardboard top. So I don't remember building this, but at some point I must have done, because I had this on my model railway when I was a kid. And then when I got rid of my railway, I had a big 172 diorama with all sorts of tanks and armoured vehicles and people fighting each other, and I put it on there. So I had this for years and years and years, and I seem to remember it was a real job to pull it apart when it got finally scrapped. So I'm revisiting this. I'm going to paint it properly. We're not doing weathering and stuff because it's like a Christmas decoration essentially. We're going to paint it the colours recommended. So the woods and the brick reds and the sort of the nice greens and for the metalwork and stuff. It's got nice windows to go in. We'll glaze it, leave the doors open so the train can actually go in there at night. So it's a little bit of nostalgia. Now, when I was a kid, I grew up in a village called Poynton in Cheshire, which is between Macclesfield and Stockport. And Poynton was an old coal mining village. So it had a number of collieries, the last one closing down in 1936. And there was a number of railway tracks all over Poynton where they used to shuttle the coal around and then take it out of the village to deliver to Macclesfield and Potshridley and into Stockport and various other places, and to the canal and what have you. And a number of those rail lines have been converted into nice nature walks and stuff. And as a kid, I used to bomb around them on my bike. But at the end of one of them, in a little area called Hockley, which is at the top of Park Lane and sort of the entrance to where the stately home was before it got knocked down, there was an engine shed, and it looked not dissimilar to this. It was a single loco engine shed, and I think it was a builder's merchants or a building contractor used it or something like that. My understanding is in the 90s it got sold, taken down and moved to some railway that wanted to use it. So it was probably quite rare by then, I imagine. So it's not there anymore. I think they built houses there. I seem to remember they built a little close of houses on the site where it was. But to remember that, there's a little notice board that goes on here. And to remember that, I am going to make the little board up and it's going to say Hockley Shed on it. So sort of a little nod to my past. And yeah, so in my pack of 4 items that I got that. I got this, which we'll talk about in a minute. I got some little stone corner pieces so you can put them on the corners to make a building look more attractive. So I'll keep them for another day. And then I got these, it's called Any Name Signal Box. So basically it's the nameplates and it says Signal Box at the end. And then you get a load of little plastic letters that you cut out from the sprue and glue on, and you can make any name up. They're a bit old and brittle and a lot of them were breaking, but I've managed to cut them out and get Hockley onto that sign. So, when you consider these are being sold at 10 quid or more each, I thought I got a really good deal. So it also came with this barn, which I built up. This was a bit tricky to build up, and it's in the colours it was. So this was made around the 80s. So you build this up. So I'm going to paint them. So the Christmas build this year, we'll be building these, painting them, setting up the railway track and putting them on. So it'll be something just a little different. I know there is some people that follow the channel that also are interested in their railroads and what have you. So just something a little bit more interesting for one or two other subscribers. I try and keep things a little bit diverse, as you clearly know if you've been a long time follower. So yeah, that's the Christmas build. You heard it first on Table Talk. Yeah. So last night, Friday, which is tonight for me right now, is part 5 of The Ferret. And that's the next thing that's coming to an end. Part 5 of The Ferret is the penultimate bit. In that, we were doing the weathering and getting that. No, we weren't. We were getting it. Part 6, we're doing the weathering. Part 5, we're doing the final build and painting to get it to the point where we can do weathering. So at the start of 6, we go, right, we have finished the build as far as the kit is concerned, the instructions are concerned. But if you want to do some weathering, you can do this. And then we jog on and do some weathering. Not a lot, just enough to give it a sense of realism, I think. I think if you've been watching Table Talk for a while, you've already seen the finished article. So Ferret number 6, which will be out in a fortnight's time, will be the last one. So that comes to an end. Next Friday on the live build premiere, it will be the last. It will be Go to 16, the last one. So we'll have finished the GMC truck, we've finished the Ferret videos, and we'll have finished the Go to videos. Do stay on to the end of the Go to video because I am very pleased with myself. I took some photos and I was asking Paula, my partner, I'd edited the video, and I said, do you think this music works with these pictures? So I pulled it up. And she said, yeah, but the pictures don't work with the music. And what she meant was I'd taken the photographs largely here, and we've got this busy background. And she said, it's distracting. I can't see the model clearly. So I went about my, I can't remember what I was doing. And Paula got some rolls of paper and moved my side table, put it in front of this table, put a couple of model kit boxes at the back, stood this paper up and made a all white area. So I got my digital camera, charged up the battery because I've not used it for a little while. Got that all charged up, and boom, we had a little area to take some nice photographs. So we took some really nice photographs with my digital camera with a complete white background, and I still left some of the old photographs I'd taken in because on my iPad and my phone I can get in a bit closer to some of the interior details. So some of those in, so you'll see some that have slightly different lighting arrangements, and that's why. So we took some nice photographs, and I don't know if anyone saw Nigel's October, I don't know what he calls it, roundup or whatever it is. But he was mentioning he'd found a new place for free music. So I checked it out, and it's absolutely awesome. If you're a creator and you're looking for music, brilliant. Check out the Go To video at the end, and in the text under the video there is a link referencing where you can find this guy and his free music. When I say awesome, I mean this guy has done the music for Avatar and some of the Marvel films, and you know, the Joker. This guy's seriously talented, and he's letting other creators use some of his music for free as long as you credit him. And you know, give him a PayPal tip once you've made a little bit of money out of it. So yeah, that's sort of the plan. So we put some of his music in, so it's a piece of music you've not heard me use before because it's not from the free YouTube music that I usually source from. So the video ends really nicely. I've watched it 2 or 3 times, really enjoyed it. So I'm really happy with how it actually does the model justice, which is not always the case. When you see the end of the ferret, I've taken photographs on there. The photographs are all right, but it doesn't quite do it justice. So I think one of the things next year will be to look at getting a photograph booth so we can just up the professionalism at the back end of some of the videos. So there's always something to improve on, isn't there? So yeah, so we've got GOTA ending, but for you that means new stuff. So you'll start seeing videos for this soon. This weekend, this Sunday, I'll be working on this. And what I want to try and do is get this lot finished, and then that can be primed, and we can prime that at the same time. So people are asking, how do you find time? Well, it's about planning. I find time through planning. So I'm planning to prime this in grey, and we can prime the Christmas build in grey at the same time. So you get all the kit out once, do the job once, but it appears in 2, maybe 3 different videos. So it's all about planning. So I have booked a holiday. So I think the 20th of November, I've got a day off work, my last day off work before we split up for Christmas. And that day is intended to blitz Queen Mary 2 so that the following weekend we can start the Scharnhorst build. So I intend to start the Scharnhorst build a couple of weeks before we get stuck in, and then over Christmas, got some time off, got 11 days off. Hopefully we'll get some more Scharnhorst done and get ahead on the Scharnhorst build over the Christmas period. So that's roughly the plan. Let's talk about what's coming up for you lovely people next week. And Monday is a really interesting video if you like building your model ships. And it's sort of a shoe-in to the start of the Scharnhorst, because I will be building, tweaking, reviewing some shipbuilding jigs. Now, I've done one before. We've talked about it. It was junk. It was comedy. It was real comedy. And this one is the polar opposite. So I'm building 2 jigs, one for 1 350s, one for 1 200s. We'll talk about it. What I basically did is I built the 1 350 one. Then I filmed the construction of the 1 200 one, taking my learnings and making some little minor tweaks to it that just help it out. And then and that not in the instructions, not that it comes with instructions, but we'll explain all that in the video. So if you build ships, you will be interested in watching this, and you'll see me using it on the Scharnhorst build coming up. So that's Monday. That's about an hour-long video. So that's quite long for a Monday, but it fits with Monday because it's not a first impressions. First impressions on Wednesday is the Armour Hobby 1 to 48 PZL. Don't miss it. Honestly, do not miss it. And I know, I think we did the Hurricane not so long ago, and I got into Armour Hobbies when I saw Peter Oxley do a review, and I thought, right, okay, they were bringing a new Hurricane out, so I grabbed that, got it as a bundle with their 148 PZL. Do not miss that. It's one to watch, definitely. And then I don't know when I will get out the visit to Telford, but my aim is Thursday. So my aim is on Monday to get it all loaded up into iMovie, on Tuesday to edit it all together, get the pictures together, Wednesday do the voiceover, Thursday get it loaded up. So if I've not done it in time for Thursday, it will then be Sunday, because I don't want to have 2 videos out Friday and Saturday, because it tends to interrupt the notifications for some reason. And then, so that's sort of what's going to happen with that. I'd rather get it out and have it right on the Sunday than rush it out on the Thursday just to have it out. And then let's see. Then yeah, go to 16 on the Friday, and then we're back to Table Talk. And that's what's happening in my world. So next Table Talk, no doubt we'll be talking about the Telford Hall and how things have gone on the Sunday with these builds and the Christmas builds. So yeah, lots going on. We are getting to a period where it gets quite busy. So when I say it gets quite busy, I need you to get a bit more involved as we get towards the end. So this year, in December, towards the end of the month, we will do a subscriber showcase. We did one for the first time last year, and I would like you, and there's now 7,000 of you, we'll talk about that in a sec, 7,000 of you subscribers, I would like you all to send some pictures in. Now last year I said, send me one picture in, and I was really stern about it, just one, because I was a bit worried that we'd have, you know, a 4-hour long video and it'd take me 2 weeks to edit it. But the reality is there's only a percentage of people that do that. So I will put another little video out separately asking everyone to do this. But the people that watch the Table Talk video, I consider the dedicated subscribers, if you like. I've got subscribers that will watch stuff that they're interested in when it comes up. So if they're interested in tanks, every time I do a tank, they'll watch it. And anything else that comes up, they see it, but they ignore it because there's just so much on YouTube and they just want to focus on tanks. And I fully get that. But then there's a dedicated core team who are really interested in the whole thing, enjoy the channel in a broader sense, and they're the people that tend to be watching Table Talk. So I'm talking to you guys first. You like my members. I don't do paid membership, as you know, but you like my members. So you guys, you can get ahead on this and start thinking about what builds you want to be in the subscriber showcase. If you weren't a subscriber last year, what we do is you email me at modelkitstuff@gmail.com. You email me, I'm going to say up to 3 pictures of a build or builds that you've been your favorites that you've built this year or whatever, and you send them to me, ideally complete builds, so we can see what that looked like. I will edit it all together with your name and the pictures, and we put a bit of music on, and everyone gets to see your work. So those names that you talk to on a Friday, people like Gary and Lee and Jeff and George, all those people, you get to see their work and get to a better understanding of the people that you're interacting with through my videos. So email me up to 3 pictures and your name as you want me to display it. So if you want me to display it as your YouTube handle, then you need to tell me that. If you want me to display it as your name, then you need to tell me that, because some people might not connect the two. So just bear that in mind. You know, my name is not Model Kit Stuff. That is not on my birth certificate. It's my channel name. And if you see me on Facebook, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, then I have a different name, surprisingly. So that's sort of where we're up to. Start thinking about taking those photographs. If you know what you want to do, start sending me the photographs now, and I will start putting them in a folder. I don't necessarily put them in the order I get them. It's really about what works. So I'll try and do a ship and then a vehicle and then a plane and break it up a little bit. But I had such an eclectic mix last year with wooden kits, matchsticks kit, glorious matchstick kit, and whatever it is, whatever your favourite build of the year, your most proud build, whatever it is that you want to share, send it to me. So there you go. I will remind you every week now until the closing date, and I haven't decided on a closing date, but I'll need to give myself a couple of weeks to put it together. So yeah, what I found last year is there's an initial flurry. I'm asking a bit earlier this year, so you've got time to think about it, finish your builds, time to take those photographs. I need them in a format that I can put in. So I think it's a JPEG format, ideally. So if you send me an email and I can't use the pictures, I will come back to you and say, look, I've got a problem, and we'll work it out. But most people sent me images and I was able to convert that into something I could put into a video. So don't worry. Do try and have the picture in focus. If I think the picture is not good enough quality to go in, you can't really see it when you've put it in the video, because sometimes you take a photograph and it looks great, but then it pixelates as it's expanded into full video format. That can be an issue. I am not technical, so don't ask me what size picture you want and how many pixels and stuff, because I ain't got a clue. Just send me the pictures, and if they don't work, I'll tell you. But I didn't really have any issues last year, so I'm not really expecting any. Probably get loads now, won't I? So, right, Facebook. Few people have asked me about Facebook, if I have a Facebook page, and whether I'd start a Facebook page. Have I considered having a Model Kit Stuff Facebook page? And the answer to all of that is yes, I have, but no, I don't. Before I started the channel, I started a Facebook page, and I've got to be honest, managing YouTube is a lot easier than managing Facebook. What I found was I was getting lots of people joining who were disruptive, who were negative, who were sexist, racist, ageist, who were just on there to pull apart other people's work. It was horrific. So I got rid of the channel, closed the channel down, and that's not an easy thing because it has to sit there for 6 months in the background before it closes and stuff. So that's what I did before this. Have I considered opening another one? No, because it's very simple. It's about time, and I put all my time into this, and I don't want to rush this or this to be less quality because I'm trying to manage Facebook as well. So no, I don't have a Facebook page purely for my modelling. I do have a personal Facebook page. I don't go on Facebook very often, once a week, once a fortnight. Sometimes I only go on once in a month. I don't go on there often. However, good friend of the channel, friend of mine, Peter Holroyd, who you might know as Oz Scale Modelling, he has started a Facebook page because he's got all the time in the world. So we'll let him do that. I have joined there. So I will be sharing some of my Facebook stuff, and it gives me an opportunity to catch up with some of your builds if you're joining there. So if you want to join a Facebook page and interact with me, share your builds with me, as well as Peter and other creators like Jeff Donahue that's on there, and some of the people who are regulars on the channel, then that's the place to go. So if I remember, I will leave a link to Peter's Facebook page down below the video. So go and check that out. You have to ask for membership. I think you have to be subscribed to his channel as well, which is, you know, just blatant subscriber grabbing, isn't it? But yeah, that's where I'm going to be for modelling stuff. If you want to join my personal channel, if you know we've been talking a lot, then you can ask and I have to accept you in. So if I don't know who you are, I won't accept you in. So you'll need to drop me a line. So if your name's Bob and I know you as, I don't know, Jeff79 the Squirrel Hunter, because some people have some very strange names on YouTube, then you need to make me aware of that, because I'm not going to accept people that I don't know and don't talk to regularly. If you go onto my Facebook channel, then my partner gets to see you, and other members of the family get to see see your comments and things as well. So I'm very careful about who I let on. So there are people who follow my channel who I've got to know because they became subscribers of my channel, who are members of my Facebook page. But from a modelling point of view, Peter's Facebook page is where I go, and it'll be mainly links to my videos, but it gives you an opportunity to put up pictures of your builds, and then I'll see those and I might comment on those as well. So it just helps. So I am a member of several Facebook pages. I hardly ever comment on any of them, so don't expect lots from me. But there you go. If you're wondering, that's where I'm up to on that. So sorry, I was just looking at the time because I've got to order food in 10 minutes. Right, so that is that. I'm sure there was something else I wanted to talk about. I'm going to switch off and see if my brain engages. Right, yes, there are some special people in the world, and I always give a shout out to people that make donations. So there's lots of ways to support the channel. You all know that. One or two people have done a super thanks during the week or made a donation through PayPal. If you make a PayPal donation, then the channel gets 100% of that donation and YouTube doesn't take a cut. So let's say thank you to them. So I had a little donation, and the guy donated last week as well, and he said, oh, you don't need to mention me. So you know who you are. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, and you know what it's going into. Plastic Monkey, who is a regular donator to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. I have no doubt that, you know, if I was doing membership, he'd be a member. But it's not something I intend to do, because then I have to do something else. And again, that's more pressure on me and my time. So to balance things out, we keep it free, and you can donate if you wish to, which means you don't have to do it. And if you do it, you can only do it when you can afford to do it, and you don't have to recur every month. But if you really enjoyed the Go to Build, then, you know, you can say thank you that way. All the money goes into the channel, and then that allows me to get more kits for review or things to build or whatever. So thank you, Plastic Monkey. You are a gent and a scholar. And he also has a channel, so please check that out. And Captain Charlemagne, who made a very nice donation. I am very, very grateful to you, sir. Thank you very much. Captain Charlemagne has a channel. You should also check that out. He's a shipbuilder. He's talking at the moment about next build possibly being a tall ship. So that will be interesting to see. He's not fully decided, but he's working on a US warship at the moment. I'd like to say Texas. I might get that wrong. The memory is not as good as it used to be. So thank you to them. Now, I also have two very special gentlemen, because the channel this week was 3 years old. On the 8th of November, we had our birthday. I didn't eat cake or anything. I'm trying to reshape. Yeah, 3 years old, which has gone really quickly, but somehow strangely it feels like I've been doing this forever. And also this week we tipped over the 7,000 subscribers mark. So you know what I'm going to say? A massive, massive thank you to each and every one of you. I do this because of you guys. I really enjoy it because of the interaction I get from you, all the comments, the support, the thoughts. You know, I love it all. Even when someone says something really nasty and derogatory, it makes me smile. It does make me smile. I think, what a wally. And then we delete them so they can't, and block them so they can't comment again. And even that makes me smile. So I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, I've never claimed to be the best modeler in the world, and I've not got a business that's running out of behind this. It is just me working through my stash. And if you watched last week, you know the plan is to reduce the stash by 60 kits and then buy another 52, which has made some of you laugh. But yeah, this is about doing my hobby and sharing it with other people, because it's the only way I get to share my hobby with other people. When I build a model kit, the family go, "Oh yeah, that's nice," because I asked them to comment. So they're not really that fussed. Although I've got to say, when the gopher was finished, it was, wow, look at that. That, you know, people were interested. So yeah, I love doing this, and the channel's going to keep rumbling on one way or another, and your support is massively appreciated. So thank you all for 3 years of utter fun. It has been real fun, and I'm looking forward to doing 1-200 ship start to finish. It's gonna be awesome. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and I've got a lot of stuff coming up that I don't even know about yet, and I haven't thought about, and I don't know. But we're going to keep doing this while there's air in my lungs. I'm going to tell you that for nothing. So I'm having a great time. There's 7,000 of you who, it still blows my mind, who watched one of my videos and enjoyed it enough to go, actually, I'd probably watch another one. So, you know, that's brilliant, especially when you consider the quality of some of my early videos. But, you know, you continuously improve, you grow into it. So if you've started out and you've got a channel and you've got 200 or 300 people subscribing, don't worry, you will get here. You will grow into it. You will find your groove. You will find how you don't try and be like other channels. What I see is lots of people who try and be other channels and emulate them, use the same phrases, do the same techniques. Doesn't work. Just be yourself. That's the best advice I can give anyone who wants to start a channel. I am just being myself, I promise you. So yeah, you get me. You might get me edited, but you don't get me pretending to be something I'm not. I'm not putting a voice on or anything like that. I actually am like this in real life. Draw any conclusions you like from that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. 3 years of fun, 7,000 subscribers. I'm not going to do anything particular for 7,000 subscribers because we're about to do a build for 6,000 subscribers after this. So when we get to 8,000 subscribers, we might do something. I don't know. But what I would say is a massive thank you, and you know, that's all good. Now, during those three years, there has been 2 people who have been here since almost the start. Almost the start. I think one of them came across when I had about 30 subscribers, and Nigel's Modelling Bench, he put the challenge out to his subscribers to get me up to 100 subscribers, which didn't quite happen. I got to about 80 or 90 in short order. And one of them came over with that wave, and then the other one found me not long after that under his own steam. And they are both my moderators. So that is Jeff and James, who you will know as To Boldly Go Model Works, and Jeff Donahue's Modelling Bench. Sorry, I'll put links in. You know the memory. So they're really special people, and they're like roadies. They're the unsung heroes. So every time we do a live stream or have my Friday videos on with the live chat, they're the 2 people in there making sure that everyone else behaves, that they do the thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. And the reward for that is nothing. They do it because they're brilliant, lovely people. So after 3 years, I decided that I needed to say thank you, which in fairness, they said, nah, it's not necessary. Tough. I'm going to say thank you. So both of those channels hopefully will be sharing with you my thank you when they receive it. But they've done a brilliant job, and I am going to look for a third moderator as we enter into Scharnhorst, because, well, I'm hopeful that we'll get a bit busier on those live chats around the Scharnhorst. So I think we might need more than 2 moderators for that. So Nigel is also a moderator. So if he's ever in my live chat, he's a moderator, but he's not often on when I'm live. So I do need to add another moderator, and because we're doing it as a buddy build, and Nigel and myself will be on sometimes together, and we might do some live streams and stuff, I think there's too much there for two people, and you know, they quite like to not just join in with the chat but watch the video as well. So we need a couple more. So if you're a regular, be prepared for me to drop you the question on whether you'd like to be a moderator. So that's coming your way too. So Jeff and James, thank you. My success is in part due to your help and support, and I'm greatly appreciative. And at some point, I've not posted them yet, some point you will get something in the post which I hope that you will enjoy next year, and you'll be able to look at that and think of me and think of the channel, and you know, that's my thank you to you. So with all that said, by now I should be in the members only hour, taking some photographs or doing some shopping. Wonder if I've bagged a kit yet. So I should be in Telford by now. You guys, enjoy your coffee, enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for 3 years and counting. I will see you very soon. You enjoy your modelling, and bye for now.